So welcome back guys, this is Madhav PVL and today we are going to discuss about the database users. So basically database users are nothing but let us just consider the database as an office. So let us just consider the database as an office. So office is nothing but the place where we just work, right? So only single person will not work in an office, right? So there will be a group of people who work on same thing for a complete perfection. So there will be certain people who work on the same cause. So basically these database users are classified into two categories. They are actors on the screen and then the workers behind the scene. So basically we can just say like actors on the screen are nothing but the people who are visible to us, like we can just say like the hero, heroine, the whole cast and crew. We can't just say like crew. The only cast to appear on the screen are known as the actors on the screen, whereas workers behind the scene are the technicians, director, producer, or whatever it may be. The people who are behind the scene are workers behind the scene. So we will consider in this two categories. Now actors on the screen, so people who use day-to-day use of a large database. So basically these people use a large database day by day. So let us just forget this statement. We will just get to know what is this in the upcoming. By the end of this video you will just get a clarity. So database administrators, so actors on the screen are classified into these four parts, that is database administrators, database designers, end users, and then system analysts and application programmers, that is software engineers. So these four are the actors on the screen. So we will discuss the whole thing one after another. So now let us just check the second category, that is workers behind the scene. So they maintain the database. The people who maintain the database are known as the workers behind the scene. They are system designers and implementers, tool developers, and then operators and maintenance personnel. So these words are quite common. We just listen them to normal English. We will just listen them in our normal life. So let us just discuss in deep to get know what about these all terms, technical terms. So actors on the screen. First one, database administrator. So for a database administrator, the primary resource is the database. For a database administrator, so who is administrator? Who administrates resources? What is administrate? Who we can just say like who will decide whatever person to work on what. So don't get too much confused. So for a database administrator, the primary resources database, and the secondary resources DBMS software. So database is nothing but the data, and we can just process the data with the help of this DBMS software. So this is the secondary resource. So responsibilities: administering resources, authorizing access, coordinating and monitoring use of database, obtaining hardware and software as needed. So these are the four responsibilities which are given to this database administrator. Administering resources, so he will just administer, he will just rule the resources, or he will just decide the work of a resource. And then authorizing access, so he will just give the access to whoever it is required. So coordinating and monitoring the use of database. The data which is bought by us should be organizedly used. So it cannot be used as whatever it is required. So it should be something monitored by someone. So it is monitored by this database administrator. He will coordinate and monitoring the use of the database. So database is nothing but the place where a group of data is situated. So obtaining hardware and software as needed. So basically he will just obtain the hardware and software as needed. He will just tell sorry guys. So he will just tell the requirements of the hardware and the software as needed. So I will just tell the requirements, whatever it is required to the main head to get this hardware and software. These are needed for our growth of our database. So these are some of the responsibilities of the database administrator. And the second one is our database designer. So database designer's responsibilities: identifying data to be stored. So the designer should have a main capability to just recognize the data where it is stored. So we can just say like if we just consider a college, in a college the designer should know where the photos of the whole section is situated, where the phone numbers or the remaining data of the whole section is situated. So you need to just know all this stuff. So you need to just know all this places where the whole database is stored. So identifying data to be stored is to be recognized by this designer. So this is the main responsibility. And the second one is this choosing proper structures to represent the data. The main aim of a designer is to just give a proper structure to just represent the data. So choosing a proper structure to represent the data is also a second thought, which is for a designer, second responsibility. And then communicate with the users and understand their requirement and designs database. So he's just like a civil engineer who works for the people. He will just get into the crowd and know the public response to that particular building, and he will just give this blueprint. So this is all about the database designer. This main work is to just work for the cause of the people. So you need to just work for the people, communicate with the users, and then understand their requirement and designs the database. You need to just give the structure for a proper database. And then the third one is the end user. That is nothing but ourselves. So we are the end users who use the database. So the end users are also some categories. They are divided into some of the categories. So let us just read the definition. People who requires access to the database for querying, updating and generating reports. So these are this is the main definition for an end user. So there are some categories often of the end users. That is, the first one is the casual end user, that is accesses database occasionally. So whenever it is required, the casual end user will just access the database. So will access the database occasionally, whenever only it is required. So the examples are middle or high level managers or other occasional browsers. So basically managers will just look at the final output. So for looking at the final output, he will just access the database. So he can be called as a casual end user. And the other occasional browsers are nothing but the people who inspect the work in the middle of the work. He will just inspect the work. So he is a casual end user. So naive or parametric end users, constantly querying and updating the database using CAN transactions. So CAN transactions, what is this word? So CAN transaction is nothing but if we just consider the work of an IRCTC is to just book the tickets. So if we just get into this booking of the tickets, there will be some common queries like what is this train number, what is the train name, so how many seats are available. So these are the common queries which are raised by the end user. So the canned transactions are nothing but these will contain the prerequisites which were required for that completing a query. So if let me just open my Paint. So if a single user is accessing for a train name, so if he is just trying for the purpose of getting the train name, so if we just consider this, here we can just say like person 1 will access for train name, person 2 will access for time name, person 3 will access, person 4 will access, person 5, person 6 and so on till n users will try to access for this train name. So every time if they need to just know the train name, they need to perform some applications, right? So all these applications which were required to be performed to just know, so prerequisites, so please forgive me if there is any mistake in the spelling. So all these prerequisites will be already designed to just less use of this database. So all these prerequisites will be with them, and whenever the N2 user asks for the name of the train, these prerequisites will work actively, and then these drivers will just work actively, and then he will just get the result as fast as required. So this is a CAN transaction. So constantly querying and updating database using CAN transaction. So this common queries will change at a particular time, right? Sometimes they may ask about train name, sometimes they ask about PNR status, sometimes they ask about waiting list. So this CAN candidate transactions will change time by time, so it will not be constant. So naive or parametric end users will just query and update this database with the CAN transaction, common queries. So sophisticated end users are nothing but the engineers, scientists, business analysts. So they will just look upon this database, they will not make any change, they are just only the viewers. So they will just view the database and they will just try to grab some info. So they will just try to get some info from this database, and they will just try to develop by themselves. So they are these standalone users, maintains personal databases using ready-made program packages. So these are the users who will just maintain the ready-made personal databases only for their personal purpose. They will not just publicly exhibit it, they will just use it for their personal purpose. So this is all about the standalone users. So system analysts and application programmers, so this is one of the important one. So system analysts determine the requirements of the end users, development the specifications for the CAN transactions. So system analysts determine the requirements of the end users. They will just search for what the end users are mostly searching. They will just search for the top searches of an end user. What is mainly required for the end user will be determined by the system analysts for the CAN transaction. So they will just update the CAN transactions whenever it is required. So it is done with the help of the system analysts. So they will just determine the top searches and they will just update the CAN transactions. And then application programmers will test, debug, document and maintain the CAN transactions. So application programmers will just test, debug and document and maintain this CAN transaction. So someone need to test this, right? Only if one person work on this, some other person need to test this whole document, and they need to just maintain the CAN transactions. So these both will work simultaneously on the same work. So these both are separate in this end users list, system analysts and application programmers. So this is all about the actors on the screen. So now let us just get into this workers behind the scene. So the workers behind the scene are nothing but the technicians. We can just come to a conclusion. Here we can just see like workers behind the scene. So workers are the technicians who work for this proper maintenance of database. So system designers and implementers design and implement DBMS module and interfaces as a package. So they will just design and implement the DBMS module. So there is nothing much about discussing in this workers behind the scene. And then tool developers are the persons who design and implement the tools. So they will just design and implement the tool. Software packages are developed by this tool developers. And then operators and maintenance personnel are responsible for the actual running and maintenance of the hardware and software. They are just important people who will just help for the purpose of running of this maintenance of hardware and software. You may just get a doubt like, why is this workers behind the scene, is this useful? Already we had the system analytics and application programmers. Only after the working of this workers behind the scene, these people will just refer those things and they will just tell the mistakes. They directly won't work on this database. All the hardware or the initial things will be done with the help of this workers behind the scene. After their work has been completed, then these people will check for this any mistakes or any further additions or further changes are required. For that purpose only these people are required. So workers behind the scene plays a crucial role in developing a proper database, and these people will just check for the errors or whatever it may be. So both will play a crucial role in maintaining a perfect database. So this is all about the maintaining a database and different types of database users. So thank you for watching guys. Please subscribe to Works After College.